Hey guys, welcome to Journey with Jen. I'm Jen and I'm going to share a practice with you today that is going to be short and sweet but challenging. So draw the palms to the heart center. Take a moment to place an intention for your practice today. And maybe that is to look on the other side of your fear and recognize that there is joy. Bow down, seal your intention for your practice. Lift the gaze, release the palms, and place the hands on the knees. From here, we're just going to take some little circles. Scoop the belly as you come around back. And drop the shoulders and the chest all the way down as you come around front. We're going to go 3 or 4 times in one direction. Make it as organic as it feels comfortable to you and go the other direction. Come back up to a nice tall spine. Interlace the fingers and flip the palms up towards the sky. Lift the gaze, open through the chest and release some tension in the jaw. Move it around. Relax and release the palms down towards the earth. Take an inhale, sweep that right arm all the way up and over. Drop it over to the left thigh. Take a twist over. And then release it. Sweep the left arm up. Take a big inhale, exhale. Drop the left palm over to the right thigh and look over the shoulder. And release. Go ahead, flip yourself into table. And start to take a couple cat-cows here. So as you flow through your cat-cow, connect with your breath. Draw the chin up towards the chest. Scoop the belly. Drop the belly down. Come into cow. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop the belly round through the spine. Exhale. Drop the belly down into cow. One more time. Scoop the belly. Exhale. Come back into cow. Come back to neutral spine, tuck the toes, rise up, first downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet out. Stretch the fingers nice and wide so that they're spread apart on the mat. And then come into a still down dog. Soften through the knees, lift the hips, draw the ears between the biceps. Take 2 full breaths here. Find a really deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose one more time. Exhale, come all the way up to the top of the mat. Walk the feet all the way up till you find a forward fold. Pause here, grab elbows and hang in ragdoll. Shake your head out. Yes. Shake it no. And then release the elbows, sweep the arms all the way up. Reach up to the top of the sky, grab the left wrist and pull over to the right side. And then switch sides, grab the right wrist and pull over to the left side. And then we're going to sweep it all the way back, down again. Inhale, halfway lift, strong through the core. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose, and we're going to come right back into downward facing dog. Inhale, back up into downward facing dog. This time, drop the knees and let them hover over like you're going to come into table. And inhale, rise up, back to downward facing dog. Inhale under the tippy toes, exhale, knees hover, push the earth away with the palms. And then inhale, back to the tippy toes, back to downward facing dog, heels reach towards the mat. One more time, inhale, hover with your knees. And then I just want you to lift just the right foot off the earth. So you're just hovering the right knee. Place it back down on the mat, lift the left, hover the left knee. Place it back down on the earth. Inhale one more time to downward facing dog, and then we're going to come into plank pose. Inhale, come into plank. Exhale, drop it down, knees, chin and chest, or chaturanga. Inhale, come into cobra. Lift through the chest, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, we're gonna do 2 more cobras. Inhale, look over the right shoulder, press the palms into the earth, stay long through the spine. Exhale, crown comes back down to the earth. Inhale, look over the left shoulder. Exhale, back down to the earth. Inhale through reverse table or reverse push-up, back to downward facing dog. Look to the front of the mat, sweep the left leg up into the sky and draw the left knee to the front of the mat. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Drop your elbows and make them about 90 degrees and then just lift the gaze. Let the heart begin to follow the gaze and it begins to open up towards the sky. Take 3 full breaths here. On the next exhale, come back into a deep lunge, lift the right knee off the earth, come back up, high lunge. Press through the ball of that right foot and then shift the right heel so that it's stacking right over the ball of the right foot. That's a nice steady breath here. On the next exhale, I want you to scoop the belly, sweep the arms down and back towards the hips. Inhale, rise back up. 2 more. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale, rise up. This last time I want you to take a high twist. So let the right palm go down to the earth. Left palm comes to the left hip or to the sky. You can stay tented up on the right fingertips or you can flatten the palm. I just don't want you to dump into the right shoulder. I want you to stay really active in the legs. Release the left palm. Look to the front of the mat and step to the front, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, sink the hips, find chair pose. Get really light in the toes, come onto the heels slightly. So you feel the glutes really activate when you take it into the back of the heels, and then forward fold. Lift halfway up, flat back. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. We're gonna take the right leg up into the air, draw it to the front of the mat. Take a low lunge on the right side. Left knee drops down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, elbows drop. Inhale, lift the gaze. Open the chest. Exhale, back to a deep lunge. Lift the left knee off the mat and then rise back up. High lunge. Inhale, rise up with the arms. Hold here. Steady breath. Shift that left heel over the ball of the left foot. Try to stay centered. Try to draw the core in. The rib cage is drawing in. And then that little flow. Exhale. Palms sweep back. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale. Palms sweep back. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale, sweep it back one last time. Inhale, rise up, and then we're gonna take that high twisting lunge. The left palm comes to the earth, the right palm sweeps up. So again, awareness in the right knee. Make sure it's not tracking open or in, it's stacking right over the right ankle. You're not dumping into the left shoulder. Actively pressing into that back left foot. Sweep the right palm down, look to the front of the mat, and step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, palms back to the earth. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Palms come to heart center. Take another flow, open it all the way up. Exhale, empty the breath as you come down. Lift halfway up and either step back to your downward facing dog or jump back to plank pose. Drop it down, come to an up dog or a cobra, back to down dog. Sweep that left leg up, And bend the left knee. Rotate in the hip sockets so that the left knee starts to open up towards the sky. And then straighten the left leg again. I want you to draw it to the front of the mat and find warrior one. Both feet flat on the earth. Rise up on the in-breath. Feel the feet make this connection to the earth. Feel the rib cage draw in. Hips are trying to face the front of the mat. And then on the next inhale, start to pivot the hips and exhale, warrior two. So make sure you're really finding a powerful warrior two. Split that mat in half. Get deep in that left lunge. Flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. So make sure your blocks are somewhere close by. We're going to come into a half moon, come back to warrior two. Find extended Virabhadrasana. So maybe you use this left arm as a place to engage and rotate. Maybe use it as a kickstand. And then slowly open that right rib cage. Maybe you sweep that left arm down towards the earth. And for some of us, you might even bind. You might wrap the arm around the back and bind. So finding where you are in this pose, as opposed to maybe where you're working towards. Come back into this extended warrior and then rise back up, warrior two. So half moon takes a little bit of courage. So if you have a little fear over launching into half moon, you can always shorten your stance. You can always use a block. You can start by anchoring the left palm and then lifting off. Some of us might take a more aggressive approach as we launch at the same time and arrive in half moon. So the leg is shooting straight out, you're rotating through the right rib cage, and you're reaching that right arm up. So a great place to take it is against a wall as you practice, and you really begin to feel the sensations of that whole body opening up. After you've played with it a few times, arrive back in warrior two. And then rotate the right palm down to the earth, step it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, exhale, down through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, downward facing dog. Press the earth away. We're gonna sweep the right leg up this time. Exhale, draw it to the front of the mat. Arrive in warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Hips are facing the front. Draw the core in, draw the rib cage in, stack that right knee over the right heel. And then open up on the exhale, warrior two. So reassess where you are in warrior two. Maybe you can get a little wider. Make sure that you're opening through the hips. They're facing the left side of the mat. The shoulders are down the back. Gaze is off the right fingertips. Reverse your warrior, flip the right palm, lift that hand up towards the sky. Back through warrior two. Come into an extended warrior. Left palm reaches towards the sky. Rotate through the left rib cage. Keep using that right arm as a kickstand or as a way to rotate. And then the other option is to drop it down. Maybe you're working towards a little deeper opening in the hamstrings. And the final option is the bind. The left arm reaches behind, the right arm wraps around the underside of the right thigh. Open through that left shoulder, gazes to the left or slightly up to the sky. Release the bind, arrive back into warrior two. And then launch into your half moon. So sometimes you might want to shorten your stance and then check out how you're going to arrive in your half moon. Keep pressing through the left foot, the left heel. Keep reaching the left fingertips towards the sky. Try to open through the left rib cage. Anchor through that right foot. Push the earth away with the right foot. And then try to find your way back as gracefully as possible into warrior two. Cartwheel the palms, step it back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale to plank pose. Exhale, plant the right palm in the middle of the mat. Rotate onto the right side. Find plank pose on the right. Lift the left palm. You can either drop your right knee, stack your feet a little wide like a mermaid, maybe practicing tree pose, or big toe hold. After you've had a few moments here, rotate it back through center and check out the left side. Place the left palm to the center. One side's usually stronger than the other. Take your pose, however you present, may be different from one side to the other. Keep thinking about pressing the earth away. Keep thinking about rotating the rib cage towards the sky. Release it back to center. And we're gonna lower on my count. So halfway down should be at 3. Draw the elbows in towards the rib cage. Shift onto the tippy toes and drop. 5, 4, 3. Look at me, halfway. 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. Take an inhale, come up to cobra. Take an exhale, drop the crown of the head back down. Take an inhale, bend the right knee, extend the left arm and press up. Maybe you can catch the right foot. Pull it into the back side of the booty. Get a nice quadricep stretch. And then release. Right palm comes around, left palm sweeps for the catching of the left foot. Press and lift. And then last option here can either be bending both knees, or if you can reach around and grab both feet, take a bow pose, rock it out. And then release the feet. Push back through a reverse push up. Come back, downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg up one more time, bring it to the front of the mat. Land in warrior one, rise up. From here, we're gonna lift off into warrior three. So it's a balanced pose, anchoring through the left foot, pressing the earth away. Palms are staying, reaching ahead instead of reaching back, because from here, we're gonna hinge at the hips and try to make our way into a standing split. So the right leg's reaching up towards the sky. We're gonna take that right knee and tuck it behind the left knee. So we're gonna take the right knee, tuck it behind the left knee, drop our hips all the way down. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, take the right knee, tuck it behind the left knee, squat. Nice hip stretch. Inhale, shoot it up one more time. Last time. Drop it all the way down, and here's the challenge. We're gonna try to shift onto the right heel, wrap the left leg around, and bring it all the way to an eagle pose. Wrap it up. Take your elbows to your knees. Inhale, lift it up, and bring it out. Exhale, shake it out. One more time, right side. We're gonna make our way down to the mat. Sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift it halfway up. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog. One more flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Sweep the right leg up. Draw it to the front of the mat. Warrior one. Rise up. Find your drishti as you launch into warrior 3. Keep pressing out through the back of that left foot. Reach the fingers towards the front. Hinge at the hips. Start to work your way down to the floor. Standing split. Draw the left knee in behind the right knee. Bend and curtsy. Inhale, shoot it up. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, shoot it up. Last time. Curtsy. Shift the weight into the left leg. Wrap the right leg around. Take your arms into eagle. Finding eagle pose. See if you can draw your elbows down to your knees. Inhale, rise up. And wrap it out. Unwrap it. Place it back on the floor. So we're gonna come into pigeon pose. Let's get a nice stretch in our hips. Take an inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Before we go here, just bend the right knee. And then slowly walk the left palms over to the left side. So right knee's bent, left leg is straight. And you can use a block to the left. A nice stretch up through that left hip, through the left IT band, and then bring it back through center, straighten both legs. Bend the left knee. Slowly walk your hands around to the right side. Right leg is straight. Maybe a little higher. Use the block to your advantage, whatever helps you get into this nice long stretch through that side of the leg, and then release back to center. One last pose before we come onto the earth. I want you to take your palms, flip them underneath your feet, so reverse the flexion of your wrists. We did a lot of flows in which we put a lot of weight onto our wrists. So bend the knees here, and then maybe try to straighten a little bit. Pull through the core, through the back, and just lift a little bit. Get a little sensation across the space between the shoulder blades. And use your toes to just kind of massage your palms, the fleshy part of your palms. So talk about fear. For some of us, this is a little bit of fear involved in standing on our hands, not being able to catch ourselves if we lose our balance. So it may not seem like a big thing to conquer, but every time we conquer little fears, we've made great progress. Release the wrists, circle them out a few times, step it all the way back. Downward facing dog. We're gonna come into 2 pigeon poses. So we're gonna take the left leg, sweep it up, and draw it to the front of the mat. Left knee comes to the left wrist, left foot comes to the right wrist. So stay nice and high before you get ready to drop down and surrender. I want you to really find a connection to the left hip on the floor. If that means you need a block or anything to help you find a connection so that you don't have any space, you're not hovering. And then I want you to flip your right foot so that it's resting on the top of the foot. And then slowly make your way down into pigeon pose. So we're coming to the slower part of the class. I want you to start to relax and notice if you can take some full breaths to begin to get the heart rate to come back to its normal pace. See if you can begin to draw some nice full breath into the lungs. Sending a signal to the nervous system to let go. Begin to turn on that rest and digest switch. So from here, we're going to come all the way up. We're just going to press back one more time and do a downward facing dog. You can pedal your knees out a few times. And then we're going to lift up through the right side, sweep it up, and draw the right knee to the front. Place the right knee as close as you can to the right wrist. right foot as close as you can to the left, and then see what we're working with here. Some of us may be really open, some of us may be high. If that's the case, use the support of the props, flip the left foot, and then make your journey down. So always make sure that you have something, a block, your fists, to support your head. I don't want your head just hanging out. I want you to let it be supported so that you can really let go and drop in. This part of the class is trying to find a place where you can recognize it's time to relax, let go, surrender. So one of our greatest fears that I find for many of my students, including myself, is the fear of vulnerability, the fear of letting our guard down. So I often find students in these poses still fighting, still engaged and tight and gritting their teeth. And so I want you to start to recognize what it feels like to send that message to your nervous system, to your body, to say, this is okay. Oh, this is what this feels like. And release. Become more familiar with learning how to be extremely mindful in surrendering and embracing vulnerability. And then release. Move all your blocks to the side. Sweep that left leg around. Bring it to the front of the mat. We're going to take 2 more poses. This is double pigeon pose. So we're going to try to stack our left ankle on top of our right knee, and then our left knee on top of our right ankle. So anatomically, this is not available to me. So I often use a block here. Some of us may be able to completely fold open and relax into this pose. This is still a really deep hip opener. Our hips hold on to a lot of stress and tension. So it's important that we give them a moment to just release, to let go, and find a way to rewrite some of the patterns in which we hold over and over. They tend to create a history of tightness. So in these poses, if they do feel a little uncomfortable, really tap into your breath. Take some even deeper, fuller breaths and some longer, extended exhales. And then we're going to switch sides. One side's always probably a little more available than the other. Stack that right ankle on top of the left hip. Let the right knee drop towards the left foot. Use your props if you need to. Come into the other side. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Notice what's happening in the mind. Use the breath to send signals to the body to accept this new sensation that you're feeling in the body. One more deep inhale and exhale. Release the pose, release the block. Straighten both legs out. Just give them a little shake. We're going to come onto our backs. We're going to finish up with a spinal twist to release any tension or stickiness that we may have created on our own just from coming into poses that weren't accessible We're gonna take both knees up to the chest, give them a big hug, grab underneath the knees and rock it back and forth a few times. Hold on to the right knee, extend the left leg nice and long, and draw it across the body. Take it over to the left, open the arms out into a T. I want you to bend your right elbow so that your palm's facing up. And then I just want you to take it off the earth about 1 or 2 inches, so it's just hovering here. And then I want you to try to take your elbow into your head. So just trying to take your head into the crook of your elbow and then sweep it back down again. Inhale, sweep it back up towards the head. Exhale, back down. One more time, sweep it up. Exhale, drop it down. Open it nice and wide and relax. Come back through center and switch legs. Draw the left knee up towards the chest. Draw it across the body. If you need a block or anything underneath the leg, you can always use a pillow from home, your blocks, a bolster, anything you have. And then open the arms out into a T. Bend the left elbow 90 degrees. Lift it off the earth just an inch or two. And take an inhale, sweep the elbow up. Try to place your head into the elbow. Exhale, bring it back down towards the hip. Just as if you were just drawing a line on the earth. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, open it down. Inhale, draw it all the way up one more time. Exhale, bring it back down, open it up nice and wide, and release it to the earth. Release the twist, bring it back to center. Grab both knees into the chest one more time. If it feels okay to rock it up and down a few times, go ahead and roll like a ball. This is really nice massage for the spine. Come all the way back onto the back and take your happy baby. Grab the feet, draw the knees into the armpits. Try to extend along through the tailbone. Try to keep the tailbone from lifting off the earth and extend it nice and flat. And then bring the feet together, butterfly or Baddha Konasana pose. Open them down to the earth. Legs open if you need some blocks or some support underneath the thighs here. Feel free to use that. Bring one palm to the belly and one palm to the heart. Final resting pose, Shavasana. May this practice provide you with a place in which you learn to let go of things that hold you back, of things that frighten you because of the uncertainty that is before you. And learn to come into a practice using breath and mindfulness to accept those things that we cannot change, to accept those things that we don't know are before us, and allow us to just stay in the present moment, to relax into everything that is before us and know that everything has its own time and place. And fear is only a feeling. Begin to extend the legs nice and long. Wiggle the toes. Release the palms from the chest and wiggle the fingers. Circle the wrists and the ankles. And then just draw both knees back up towards the chest. Roll over to the left or the right. And just pause here for just a moment. Remember the security of this fetus-like pose, that sensation that we had before we even understood what feelings were. Security, nurturing. And then bring it back up into a seated pose. We'll all come back together with the palms at the heart center, where we can all feel one another's connection. I hope that this practice has provided you a sense of freedom from the stickiness that we get with anxiety and fears, things that junk up our entire energy field and spiritual field. I hope that this provides you a new perspective and peace. Fear is only a feeling. Replace it with joy. May you be free from pain and suffering. May you be happy and may you be healthy. Namaste.